Hold on to your butts.
Let's get it. Shake it like understand who I is. Not that many gon' do it like this. Bob your head, we can hear my shit, but I'm on my shit. I ain't have no drill. I'm who I are. I'm who I is.
What's up? What's good? What is happening, people? This is one half of the Dating Game YouTube channel, which is also streaming on Facebook and Twitch. My name is King, the actual King Smith, as you can see on the screen. And this is a collab. This is something that I am doing because I have found a content creator out there who is new to these content creation streets, who I think has a lot to offer and a lot to share. And I want to give her a platform so that she can come on here and share what she has to offer for these YouTube streets. However, I will not be the one conducting this little one-on-one, this little conversation that we're having. To that honor, I am going to give to What the Funk Is This? And I am going to shut up now, bring him and our guest up, and allow him to have a takeover of TDG. My man, what the funk is this? What is going on, brother?
How you doing, sir? I'm going to do my absolute best to not ruin any family, friends, connections that you guys have built over generations and make sure that I ask some proper questions.
All right, my man. I got the full faith in you. And over there being nervous is the lady, Kyndra. Hey, Kyndra.
Hi.
Hey, don't worry. You've got this. You will be fine. I am moving to the back room. Y'all have fun.
All right, thanks.
How you doing, Kyndra?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Is this your first time having an interview on YouTube? Not like a job interview. I'm sure you've done that before, but
yes, I would say it is. So
okay.
Very first.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get some introductions. Where are you from?
I am originally from Alabama.
Okay.
Yes, so
is there a city there? Is it just you just say the whole state, right?
I just say the whole state just for privacy purposes.
Okay, all right.
You know.
See, I'm from Oklahoma, so we're from the land of like really awkward names. So a lot of times we just say we're from Oklahoma because when we say the city that we're from, we get laughed at. Like,
okay.
So I'll leave that. But what is one of the funniest city names that you've ever heard or seen?
Funniest city name? Oh,
like there's a Hot Coffee, Mississippi.
What?
There is a Hot Coffee, Mississippi.
No, I didn't know that. Let's see.
This is what happens when you have a grandpa that has no internet. You know, you just learn weird shit.
No, I honestly have to say, even the road trips I've taken, I'm not driving, so I'm usually asleep. So I don't pay attention to the road.
Okay, so here comes the first question.
Okay.
Because my grandfather has always said that with road trips, it's the best way to find out if the woman that you're with is compatible, because she's going to be giving you directions. This is before GPS. So he says that before you get married to a woman, you need to take a real 2-week road trip with her to see what she's really like, to see you guys' dynamic, to see how you guys argue possibly. Mm-hmm. So with you taking road trips and you sleeping all the time, do you think that you would pass that test?
I'm going to be honest with you. Absolutely not. When it comes to the navigational portion, but let me tell you, I will keep you up. I have story for days. I can talk, I can entertain, but when it comes to, hey, I need you to let me know what intersection, what area I need to go to. I really will not be useful in that regard. Like,
have you ever tried
to use the map?
Give directions.
Yes, but it typically is in the form of, hey,
in a ditch.
It's landmarks. So okay. That doesn't really work on road trips because it's open road. So if it's like local, I can say, hey, do you know where this is? You're going to take it right there. Then, 4 blocks down or something, you'll see a store, so I can do that. That's just basic. But road trip, I don't know if I can get you there.
I really hope I plant a seed that you do, or any man that's seeing this live and wanting to marry her, make sure that you take her on a road trip first with no GPS, actual 90s, 1980s maps, and figure it out. Yes. Okay. So here's a question, and then we'll go into the ones that you're kind of prepared for. But I did want to ask this.
Okay.
What's been the biggest difference between you and you before the pandemic?
Oh, so this is a good one. I was heavily focused on my work ambitions.
Okay.
So, of course, during the pandemic, I had to go into the office for a period of time, and I also had the ability to work from home. So, home life didn't kind of collide with work.
Yeah.
But during the pandemic, I had work, I had home, I had all these things. And from a mental health perspective, it just was overwhelming. And I didn't focus on, hey, we need to separate the two. You can't be at work always on and take care of home, because now the two worlds have collided.
Okay. All right. That's okay. And I take it you don't have any pets or kids.
Oh, no, I do. I have two. So
two pets or two pets or two kids?
So I have two children, and I also have a pet, but he's with my sister.
Okay. Because one of the things that I've heard about was during the pandemic was that it's very hard for a lot of women, especially who are trying to do it all with having a job, career, their side hustle, and be a mother and do everything. And a lot of women kind of realized that that's when they really had to start prioritizing what's important and what's not. So what was something that you cut out of your life that you used to have in your life before the pandemic, that after the pandemic, you're just like, F it? No.
Yeah, most definitely. And I would have to allude to me working various hours. So I would get up and go online and work probably from 4 to 6, and then get the kids together, and then, get back online and then do some more work. But when the pandemic hit, it's like, hey, the kids are up, they need to be fed, they need to, figure out what the structure is for their school. So just knowing that you only have me for this dedicated amount of time and not more or less, because I realized that you can pour so much into your job, because that's what it is, a job. And if you, God forbid, kill over, the next day they'll have someone to replace you. So you need to have that balance. And I realized that I was overworking myself, and where it was a deficit when it came to me managing my household properly.
Okay, perfect. All right, King, can you go ahead and throw up one of the questions? Who has had the most positive impact on your life?
So it's actually two persons. It's my parents, but of the two, I would definitely have to say my mom, because she has been tremendous when it comes to me balancing what's important in regards to my life. Like, I need to make sure that everything is in perspective. And my mom has been that sounding board, that driving force to put things where it's like, hey, Kyndra, I know you want to go from 0 to 100. However, you have to consider X, Y, Z. And I'm like, oh yeah, I did. This is what it looks like. She was like, you have to know that it's not going to play out like that. And you have to be willing to be okay with however it does play out. So she's been pivotal in just making sure I stay grounded.
Okay. Let's do a 180 on that. Feel free to shout out somebody from your childhood that you probably hated, but who has had the most negative impact on your life?
Oh my gosh.
You ain't got to shout their name out.
No, it's okay. No, I still remember this to this day.
You know the first and last name. Okay.
So I do. Because this still plays in my mind, even though that's in my past. So I remember we made this announcement in church that I was going to go to Tuskegee University, right? And I remember this lady came up to my parents and myself, was like, how is she going to go to college? And she has a child. And that is stuck with me until this day. And I was just like, what? So that was a negative. However, I turned it into a positive because that's been the driving force to say, hey, yes, I had a child, but look at me now. Look at my kid. Like, so at the end of the day, she doesn't know all this, but in my head, this is me saying, yeah, this is what you do, even though I might have had a child and I still did it, so.
That's the term called negative muse. For example, if you remember the thing that happened with Michael B. Jordan and that lady on the red carpet, with like the girl he used to go to high school with,
right,
and she was like,
yes.
I was speaking with some artist friends because all the guys were like, oh, that heifer, and it's like, well, you got to remember, like, if you're a creative person, you have negative muses. And what that is somebody that did you wrong that you still kind of keep with you, that kind of reminds you to stay on your path, to stay on your square.
Right.
And even though it's a negative muse, in alchemy, it's a positive. So I hope that you understand that even though this person who you remember from the church let you know about yourself and why you get to go to Tuskegee, even though you might see it as a negative, it was actually a positive for you because in the big picture. So I think it's really important for people to kind of learn that term, and because everyone just like, my haters, and I'm like, it's a little bit low level, or that's low vibrational,
right?
But to have a negative muse, I think it's a good middle ground. All right, thoughts on the negative muse before we go to the next one? Have you had others that you think about now, like, yeah?
So no, she was definitely by far the person.
Okay. She took the cake.
Yeah. Everyone else, that's nothing.
Church Hattie, right? What was her name?
It is always a Hattie in the church.
It is always a Hattie in the church.
It is always a Hattie.
And she always like under 5 feet.
No, but Hatties, they are always typically short. Now that you say so, I'm like, what, he is on to something. They always are very, short in stature
and compact, yes,
and very and very vocal,
Yes. Oh, there's some pretty gremlins. All right. If you were an inanimate object, what would you be and why?
I would definitely have to say pencil. Yes, listen, hear me out.
No one even uses pencils anymore.
It doesn't matter. I'm just thinking about all the things that have been accomplished because of the pencil, right? So people have been able to use this instrument to write down their thoughts, to record history. You have books, you have drawings, everything has been able to come to life because of this one object, right? So even if it's not in present day, just being able to impact someone in that manner to bring whatever creative thoughts and make it more so a concrete reality because it's written, that's impactful.
That's a great answer. I don't want you to find a genie ever, because if you find one of those evil genies, you might end up being a pencil in jail. And then you got to spend the rest of you just passing out shankings to random people. But you're like, this is not what I wanted. But that's a good answer. I like it.
See, I'm telling you, just hear me out. You didn't know where I was going with that. Stay with me.
I'm with you. All right, next question, please. What fictional character do you relate to most? And do you know the difference between fictional and unfictional? Yes. So many people get that mixed up.
I do. Okay. So I'm quite sure no one who's under 50 has seen this movie. However, I'm going to say this. It's My Fair Lady. Have you seen it? No.
Unfortunately, I'm not gay, but
no, that's a great movie. Don't do that. That is a great movie.
It's called My Fair Lady.
Okay, come on now. Well, anyway.
I lose some man points even probably typing this in.
Okay, listen. So after the show, no one's going to know. If you have about 3 hours to spare, If you have about 3 hours to spare, go watch My Fair Lady. So I closely identified. What are you about to say?
Is My Fair Lady a Netflix and chill movie?
It just depends on who you're with, right?
Okay. Go ahead and sell me this movie. Let me hear it.
So My Fair Lady, I would closely identify as Eliza Doolittle. So let me set the scene for you, okay?
I'm listening.
So Eliza comes from this very impoverished or, unrefined area. So I liken that to my hometown, right? So she's with her father. So she comes from this podunk town, similar to me. And then, she's out there working and she sees these two gentlemen. And we're going to liken this one particular gentleman to the DMV area where all the dreams that you could possibly dream of can come true, right? So stay there. So Eliza goes with these two gentlemen who promise her, hey, we're going to teach you how to be poised. We're going to, educate you. You're going to be the fairest lady and be able to walk amongst the royals and all these things, similar to what we do in education. So I transitioned here for educational purposes. And in the end, so let me wrap it up. In the end, she was conflicted to say, hey, where do I belong now? I can't go back home because I don't fit in there anymore, right? Even though I want to give back, I want to just be with my family, my old friends, but I can't go back. And I don't want to be in a society where I feel like I have to always be on like, oh, I'm very poised, I'm very this. So she has this internal battle with where does she now go? Like, how does she now move forward? And that's pretty much me. It's like, hey, I know that I have a lot to offer. I want to show people back home this is the way forward, but they're not accepting to a certain degree. And they're saying, no, keep moving forward. Then you have this other side of the coin, Maryland, Virginia, DC, where it's so many people that it's like, okay, do they really care about what I'm pushing forward? Are they receptive? Are they genuine, or is it just an opportunistic type venture? So those are the things. So Eliza Doolittle would definitely be me. I promise you will not be disappointed. Just look at it.
You know what? I'm intrigued enough to probably watch a 20-minute recap of this.
Okay.
So
it's a classic. See, even the comments, it's a classic. I promise you.
Have you ever watched this movie with a guy?
No.
I'm just asking because I know that because you
wait. No, don't do that because you guys will sit there through 3 hour. I've watched.
I just asked, have you watched the movie with a guy? That's all. I'm just asking. Have you found a man in life to watch this movie with you? That's all.
Look, I'm going to do that. I'm going to find somebody to watch My Fair Lady with me, and I promise I will report back in to let you know. Somebody.
In fact, have him record a review of it after. Okay,
okay, I'll do that.
And you can't be in the room. He gets to go to a separate place. And in fact, if he gets to hook up, like maybe you do the interview afterwards because he doesn't want to say the truth until the hookup afterwards.
I'll let him. I'll say he can do it anonymously, so he won't feel like
perfect. All right, next question, King. Okay. Let's say you make $100,000 a year, regardless of what job you had, and that was enough to live comfortably and not have to worry. What job would you do?
I would definitely, like, hands down, be a stay-at-home mom. Like, I want to be at all the PTA meetings. Not that I don't attend now, but I would like to be the president of the PTA meetings and have the bandwidth to be over the bake sales, the productions that they have at the school, the theater production, all that. I want to be more involved. So I'm involved now, but not to the level in which.
See, no. You're cheating on the question because what you're essentially trying to do is get paid for doing something that you're already doing.
What?
No,
I know, but why couldn't I? Why couldn't I?
No. That's a woman trick. No.
Okay. All right. Oh no. Okay, seriously. Okay, if mommy duty is out the window, what else would I do? I would definitely garden. Like if I had some land, I really want some tomatoes, some basil, some carrots. And everyone's like, really? Like, yes, I really want to garden. Like if I could just
do you want to garden and actually do the gardening work, or do you kind of want to garden and delegate the work?
Maybe half and half. Okay. That'd be, a good balance.
Like, do you want to garden, or do you want to have a team of Mexicans? Like,
no, not Mexicans, but no. So every so often I can say, hey, we can pull this up, and then I'll help here and there, and then I'll take my little picture for my scrapbook.
You're gonna be the Queen Daenerys of gardening. Like, you're gonna have like a whole bunch of Mexicans with you with your fresh hair on top of some horse, just pointing. And
I'm gonna have the lemonade and everything ready.
The lemonade's for you. You ain't giving out that lemonade to all them workers.
I'm like, hey guys,
country time lemonade. You being cheap. Ain't no real lemons in it.
Okay, no, I would definitely squeeze the lemons. Okay. I will make it from, I can do that much. No country time.
I know you weren't about to say from scratch.
No, I was almost about to say from scratch.
Okay. All right. No, don't lie on yourself. Don't lie on yourself on the first interview.
You're right.
All right, but I like that answer. All right, next one, please, King. What was the last epiphany you had? What was it about? And what sparked that realization? In fact, hold up. Let me change this one. I think I have a better version of it.
Okay.
What was the last time you wanted to fight somebody in your head? What was it about, and what sparked that? Like that, like you, like, ooh, I wanna. If I wasn't dignified, I'd fight you, or I want to kick this person, or maybe it was like an old lady that was, walking down the stairs and taking it, like whatever, it's a safe space.
Wait.
What was a time like recently where you just like, oh
my gosh, okay. Oh my God, who's going to be watching this?
It's okay. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Okay.
It's a situation, but of course I am virtual and work related, and something happened, and I'm like, you know what? If I was not employed here and you didn't know me and I randomly could see you outside, I would definitely go for a tussle. Right?
Like, not a tussle.
I'm not beating up anybody by the stretch. Like, I know my limitations, right? Okay. At the end of the day, I will not win a battle, but we might have a little tussle. We might have but no, I don't condone violence at all. So this threw me for a loop. But
really?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. So I will.
What would you tell your kids that are being bullied in school to do?
So I do strongly believe that adult supervision or adults need to be involved. So tell the teacher, make sure that they're aware of the situation. And if it persists, then we're having a meeting so their parents will know. So that's the type of approach. I go from a very political What?
I'm just listening. I'm just listening.
No, I'm telling you, this is the approach I take. Like, hey, I understand that this is how you want to feel. This is how you feel, and you need to make sure that if Jillian,
I'm still here. It's okay.
Yeah. If Jillian is, in your personal space, make sure you're conveying to him that you're in my personal space. But if it continues to persist, then we have to get adults involved. What are you laughing about?
I'm just listening. I enjoy the way that you concoct a story.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. But if it escalates, then of course we do have to get parents involved. And then if it still persists, I will definitely go into hey, I'm going to move this forward to the school board. I will take it there. Like, that's the type of parent I am.
Just hypothetically, because that process seems like weeks of the process versus your child just punching the bully and not having to deal with the problem anymore? Which do you think is probably the best way to go? Because let's keep it 100, especially in the Black community in an urban school. Those tactics that you're thinking of absolutely wouldn't work. So if we take this situation outside of yourself and just say, hey, urban school, mother watching this or father watching this, and your kids are being bullied, do you think that approach that you're saying would work?
Probably not if it's in a heavily popular. Because I've experienced bullying when growing up, and
I did too. That's why my uncle told me to punch him, and it stopped.
But the thing of it, I mean, I'm telling you, I was not the person to fight back. I had a sister, so my sister will fight you, right?
Okay.
So, but if I had to give any advice to say, hey, what would I tell my kids to do? And we've had this conversation because he was in jiu-jitsu, and I was like, hey, just hit him in the throat. But then I had to but no, you can't you can't do that. You can't. I don't know.
It's easier to raise a bully and teach him how to be calm versus to raise a punk and try to teach him how to bully. It's better to have a child that's already ready to have a conflict, and then you teach them and guide them how to, master that, versus raising a child that doesn't want to have any type of conflict and try to instill heart into him. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't have that problem because my kids are very strong-willed, right? So it's more so, hey, let's not take that route.
Okay.
Let's think this through. What is this? So I'm trying to, teach them to be more diplomatic, and they're like, no, this is wise.
Well, no. What you're saying is right, but unfortunately, one of the things in the Black community, especially even for young kids, is we never even are taught de-escalation or the importance of it. So if you have a kid in let's just be a Black school, remember when all that anti-bullying shit was coming out 10 years ago, and go see none of those tactics work in Black school at all, because our culture was laughing at go tell a teacher, we were laughing about that. So I understand your concepts of what you're saying, but I think that maybe you probably moved into a decent area. I don't know if that's a green screen behind you or if that's your actual place. So maybe you leveled up.
No, this is my
okay, it looks nice. It looks all color coordinated. I was like, that ain't real. She got a whole green curtain behind her. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was Look, I almost want to call. Can you walk to your green chair right now? I'm about to call.
I mean, do you want me to touch something?
I just want you to touch the green chair that's behind.
No,
you can even.
Honestly,
I think it's a green screen. It's okay if it's a green screen.
No,
okay.
This is why. Hear me out. So in interviews and Zoom meetings, you're only dressed top up.
Okay.
So I'm very comfortable, and I have on.
We're in the after hours portion of the show.
Look, my bedtime is at 8:30. So listen. You got me at a time where I gotta be interview top half, sleep bottom half. So that's what you got.
It's okay. I'm wearing boxers and a hoodie right now, so we're straight. Okay.
That's what you got here, sir.
I'm not. I'm promise I'm wearing pants. All right. Next question, please, King. All right. Too short. No. Give me your favorite word and why.
Right. I say right excessively, and I don't know why. It used to be listen.
Like an annoying boss?
Right.
No,
I would say, hey, did you understand such and such? Somebody would respond. And I'm like, oh my God, right? I don't know why I do. I do. I definitely do. It was listen. I used to say listen after everything. It's like, okay, listen, let me tell you this. Listen, this is. But
do
now
your eyes get big when you say it too?
Listen. Yeah.
I know, right? Do you do it?
Yeah. Oh my God, right? Yeah, I do. It does. It definitely. I'm very animated.
I love that's one of those weird like deal breakers that a guy might have. Like, you know what I mean? Like you know,
No,
like what was a petty reason that you stopped talking? Like that might be a reason that some dude stopped talking to you. You didn't even know. Like what was one of the pettiest reasons that you
this is
stopped
the
talking to
thing.
somebody?
I realized I don't say it around men. It's only my friends, like my girlfriends or my supervisor.
Or your gay friends.
I don't. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm like,
See, I know.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I know, right? No.
Right. I know.
All right.
That chair.
What was one of the silliest, pettiest reasons that you actually decided not to talk to somebody?
Oh my God. Listen, don't get me. Don't think I'm shallow.
It's a safe space.
Okay, thank you. So I went out and I was just telling my parents this the other day. It just popped back up. I went out with this guy, and tell me if this was just too much. You know how so normally I don't like sharing, concessions. So you'll get two separate pop. I don't because let me tell you why.
You talk about the movie theater? You don't like sharing concessions?
No, I don't. So listen.
Okay, continue.
So I didn't tell him this, but he purchased a large popcorn, and how he ate the popcorn out of the bag, it really disturbed me. So listen, normally you take a kernel and you're like, okay, he just took gobs and just forced it in his mouth. And I'm like, who does that? I'm telling you, I couldn't even watch the movie. I was so
People
annoyed.
who do this had brothers and sisters. And what happens is when you go to the movie theater as a child, your parent only buys you one bucket of popcorn. So what happens is as a child, you learn to get as much popcorn with each handful as you can, because by the time that goes around a few times, there's no more popcorn left. And grandma and mama ain't giving you no refills on popcorn. So that's probably why he was doing that.
Refills are complimentary.
Not today. Not back then.
That was disgusting.
I think you should have. I bet if you had deep dived and asked him, that probably was why he was doing that. But I understand. He was probably making bad kissing sounds while he's eating all this popcorn. And it was turning you off.
It turned me so off. I was so annoyed, and it set the tone for the rest of the movie. And he's like, "Oh, it's." I was like, "No."
He's trying to massage you with butterfingers.
No. He's eating with the left and the rights over here.
Oh, okay. Or at least he's clean. Okay.
Yeah, no. No. So yes, I definitely relived that a few weeks ago. Yes.
All right. What was the movie, if you don't mind me asking?
It was Just Cause. I think it was with Michael B. Jordan. Was that Just Cause? I think that was it. When he was the attorney. Why you act like you don't know none of the movies I'm talking about?
I'm pretty positive. Wait, I think you've combined like 3 different movies. Just Cause, Michael B. Jordan, and a lawyer movie. I'm pretty.
Yes. No. Somebody in the comments, please. Michael B. Jordan was an attorney. It was Jamie Foxx was the convict. And I think it was Just Cause or Cause Just something. Come on, somebody in the comments, please. I'm not making this up. It was a very emotional movie. Like
with Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan. Nobody black can remember hearing about this movie.
No, please, somebody in the comments. I promise you. Just Cause. It was with Michael. This is before he, kind of blew up. But yes.
What was it, like 10 years old or something? Like, was it like Michael B. Jordan as a child?
I think it was like 3 or 4 years old. Don't do that. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, right?
Okay.
Right. Okay, so that's the right.
Okay. Next question. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received? That's for you.
Yeah. Okay. So I would say it would have to be not to focus on what I can't control. So you can't control how someone else's reacts to your decision, but you can control how you treat them after they hear whatever you decide to say, right?
Okay.
So the reason why I would say that was the best, because I have always tried to handle people with like be very intentional with people's emotions, because you never know what will make or break someone. So
Okay.
sometimes I have stayed in certain situations knowing that, hey, this is not where I want to be, but I don't know when is the best time to exit this situation and how to go about to do it in a manner in which it won't leave someone devastated, right? So,
Okay. Is that your responsibility?
and that's why they said, hey, you need to make decisions based on what's best for you and not be so concerned with how they're going to take the news, what they're going to do after. You can't control what they decide to do after, right? You're only responsible for what you do and how you move afterwards. So,
who gave you that advice?
My daddy.
Okay.
My dad. Yeah.
Hypothetically, let's say you had to get married within the next 6 months, just for some crazy reason. You had to be married within 6 months. Would you let your father pick the person? Why or why not?
Absolutely.
Do you
Because
think that he would pick? Do you think that he would pick well? And what parts do you think that you would have to chime in on him to, like, hold up, Dad? He has to make sure he has to have, like, what are some of the things that you think you and your dad would have a conflict on in finding your husband? And also not just husband, but this is also going to be the stepfather.
right. So I would say I wouldn't have an issue with my dad picking my husband in the next 6 months, because him and my mother has been on this journey with me as far as dating, as far as life. So they know me in and out. I would say the only issue that I would possibly face would be, what would Dad do? He would be, I don't know. He might pick someone who is exactly his complete replica. And so
Well,
like,
I mean, that's a good thing, right?
It is. Nothing's wrong with that. But look, sometimes you can take your parents. I can take my parents in small doses sometimes. Otherwise, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I want to be around them all the time. Then other times it's like, yeah.
But no one wants to be around a significant other all the time anyway.
Well, that's true. But the only thing that I would say with my dad is a night owl. Like, he is up. He might pick someone who is the same way. Like,
just up and working and making money.
Like, I need you in bed with me at 8:30. Can we be?
Okay, now I'm getting triggered, because I have to ask this. What is this about? Why do women need us to go to bed? Like, I got Red Dead Redemption to play. I got things to do. And if the lady wants to go to sleep, I'm supposed to go to sleep at the same time. Like, we're on some weird in-sync period schedule. Like, what's going on? Why do women make you?
I'm just joking. So as long
not joking at all.
I am. I don't look, first off, 8:30 is excessively early. Everybody, women, men, they have told me this multiple times. So I am very much so aware that 8:30, the likelihood of someone coming to bed at 8:39, it's before 10:30, I can just hang it up. And I'm perfectly fine with that, right? But at the end of the day, when I'm up at 6, I'm up at 6. I'm not going to turn on the lights to, I don't know everyone's sleep habit, but I think everyone should have a restful night. You need at least 7 to 8 hours.
So you're not one of those women that passively aggressively is all loud in the morning to wake me up. Okay, because most women do that.
No, everyone needs to rest.
All right, awesome. Next question, please, King. I already know the answer. I already know you keep your cards to your chest, but sure, I'll answer this.
No, actually, only one person, and that's my mom. Like, my mom, listen, I was like, hey, mom, are you sitting down? And I was like, hey, mom, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, nothing. I was like, I got to tell you something. Are you sitting down? She was like, oh, no, but give me a moment. So she adjusted herself. I was like, mom, this. Silence on the phone. I was like, I just had to get that out. And she was like, okay, all right. I was like, okay, I love you. Goodbye. Like, look, hands down, I feel like at the end of the day, my mom.
Why are you using your mom as a therapist? She didn't want to know that.
What? She brought me into this world.
That was her job. You putting on extra credit on her. That ain't fair at all.
No. At the end of the day, it is a requirement to have free services of dumping all your business with your parents, not so my dad, because listen, dads are on other things.
I'm like, I ain't signed up for this at all.
Look, dads, you can't even say, hey, I'm going out on a date and we might hold hands. It's like, dad, come on, what now? So I just tell all that to my mom. She's like, okay, girl, okay. Well, no, not that. That's a little too much, but you can keep going. So, you know, she allows me to talk to her, which is free, you know. So thank you, Mom.
It's free. It might come. You can do some laundry at the same time. Like you might get something to eat. It's a good thing. You know what, a therapist would feed people, maybe we would go to therapy more. That's what if therapy came with a meal, I think Black people would start going to therapy.
I think men will go. Women are starting to, you know, head on.
Bullshit. Y'all the most hungriest things in the world. No.
Yeah, I do like to eat. No,
okay.
I will not pass up a meal. Thank you.
See, all right. That's one thing my brother always said is that the idea for a woman, like for you to actually try to seduce a woman without food not being involved is foreign. Like he's like, women really need food to be seduced. They like a hungry woman is not a horny woman. He was always like, if you could get her full and she's been drinking wine, half the work is done.
Okay. So, well, I don't drink, so I think, you know, they'll have to put in a little more work than just feeding me. So
okay, got you. All right, next question. Okay, hold up. Why don't you drink? And I'll transition that to this because I'm pretty sure you're tired of explaining this to people.
That's not a part of the question, sir.
No. Well, because I'm pretty positive you're already tired of explaining this to people why you don't drink.
Well, no one asks me that anymore. I don't think, no, they don't care. So I personally don't drink because I think that what I have observed, a lot of people say, oh, I got to have a drink to loosen up. And I just want to be very cognizant of what is taking place. And if, you know, things are getting a little rowdy, I need to be, you know, alert to know, go here, go there. And I don't need anything to alter my judgment at all. And I feel as though sometimes when people drink, even just a little, they kind of go off the deep end. So I opted out.
Are you a person that in general kind of wants to be in control?
In general?
Yeah. Whether it's your love life, whether it's your family life, whether it like, or even like you like to have a handle on things.
I would say that I am a very organized person. So I do have lists. I do like follow a schedule. But as far as control and relationships, no, it's not a big deal for me. But in my day-to-day life, you know, it's just me. So of course, everything is pretty much organized and I handle it.
Okay. All right. Next question. Next one. What's something that you've done that you think that everyone should do before they die?
Oh, easy. Dance in the rain. Like you have to dance in the rain. Yes, it is so liberating. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, you have to, one day when it's raining, when it's pouring, just go out.
When
And
is the last time you've done this?
I mean, I haven't done it recently. We haven't got much rain, but as soon as it rains, I'm going to put my hair in a ponytail.
When's the last time you've done this? Has it been a year, a few years, a decade?
It's been a few years, so
Okay.
it's been a few. What's funny? I think you should do it.
No, listen, I'm not being racist,
Oh my
but ain't too many sisters talking about dancing in the rain. So
What?
is there a protection bonnet you had?
No, I don't. I mean, look, hair, it's, you can get it redone, sis, right? I don't know.
Not the way these ladies be talking. Come on, let's keep it 100. Women do not get their hair wet because y'all don't like spending money getting that hair refixed.
Listen, you know what? This is what you got to do then. I have a solution. See? This is why we have these types of conversations. So before your next appointment to get that next unit installed, I don't know. You said the unit hair, whatever they have to do, check the weather, align it when the next, when
align it with the stars.
Align it with the stars with the next, weather report or whatever. But yeah, just dance in the rain. I promise you, it's liberating. It is. It really is.
Do you think this would be a couple thing to do? Like maybe couples should dance in the rain together, or is this going to probably break people up?
I don't think it should break or make your relationship. But I would say for couples, and this is what I like to do. I like to dance without any music. I know that might seem weird, but I think that is the most romantic thing you can just do because it's like the music is in your head and heart. And you're in tune with, whatever vibe is in your head. I think that's just so beautiful. And I've done it before, so don't judge me. I was like, this is so nice.
Have you ever had sex with someone and like y'all both have different rhythms and it just doesn't work?
Are you likening that to dancing without any music?
Kind of.
See, that means that's not the person with you because you guys will move to the same beat, right?
Okay.
Essentially.
Honestly, I'm trying to even think like the last time I had sex without music. It's like, ooh, man. Okay. I'm gonna try the dance without music. Oh, can you even work out without music? I can't. Can you?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You won those rare unicorns.
Okay.
That every woman thinks they are.
No, I don't think I'm rare. It's a mini.
Mini Kyndras.
Yes, mini with similar.
I know, right?
I know, right?
All right, next question. In what way have you experienced the saying, you don't know what you have until you lose it?
Oh, goodness.
She's like, my virginity. No.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
Sorry.
Okay, so I would have to say when someone who is genuinely for you, but you self-sabotage, and I would say I self-sabotage this relationship because I didn't think my family would be accepting of him. So once that relationship dissolved and it was no point of return, I was like, wow, this was definitely a person that, had a positive impact on the way I even remotely look at relationships now and how I just maneuver through life. So he impacted not only my personal life, but my professional life as well. So
in what way did you self-sabotage it? Pass. Got you. Safe word. Avocado. Okay. She's like, type.
I'm like,
Can I sign up with it? Okay. Well, next question. Ooh, that was a mean face. That's gonna be the thumbnail. Okay. Final.
Mhm.
What was your favorite tradition growing up, and have you created your own tradition on your own?
Oh my God. So we used to do family game nights every other Friday. So where we would have board games, Monopoly, Life, all, whatever we decided to play. So we did that every other Friday and we would have pizza. So I knew if it was game night, it was pizza night. And you had mom, dad, me, my sister. And that has stuck with me. And I'm just like, I need to recreate something for me and my children. So now we don't have game night because of the age differential. What I do is once a month, I do have where we would go somewhere out of town or go to a certain event like a play or the museum, something so we can know that this is us, this is what we can look forward to on a monthly basis.
Okay. All right. I know that was supposed to be the final question, but I do have one that I want to ask you.
Okay.
Okay. What are, because you say you have children,
Mhm.
what are maybe 3 things that you would want your future husband to be teaching your children that your child's fathers are not already teaching your children? Or what are some traits that maybe you would want a new person to be instilling into your kids that your child's fathers are not already doing? For example, maybe if your kids need to be more organized from a male point of view, but your child's fathers are not very organized men. So you're like, okay, I want my kid to see an organized man. Like, what are some traits that your child's fathers are not putting into your kids that you would want a husband to do?
That's a good question.
That's why it's the last one.
I know. Let me see. I only can think of one thing because I know it's most important to me. Just don't think so much so of the here and now, which is wonderful, but have a goal or vision that's far reaching, right? That's not only for present, but it's months to come. So I know with my children, it's like, hey, what am I doing now? What's important to me tomorrow? But after those 2 days, they're not thinking about how is this going to impact, my future. So I would definitely say of the 2, it's me driving, hey, think about next month, the month after that. What does that
Do
look
you
like?
think that's a trope that we picked up in the Black community? Like, I think it's a Black community thing where it's just like, yo, like, just we
Live
don't
for
we ain't gonna
today.
we don't know if we're gonna be here next week.
Right.
Like, so
And that's the thing. I have to say, dating and having relationships outside of my culture has definitely expanded my view of how I view relationships. And it definitely is certain things that we in the Black community don't think about, and we don't have we haven't held at a high regard in regards to family and in regards to how we move in general, you know. So I would definitely say it might be something that's more prevalent in the Black community, like live for today. You don't know what tomorrow holds, but
okay. I already know the answer to this question, but feel free to answer it. But I already know what it's going to be. But what about discipline? Will the stepdad have free reign to discipline your kids as he sees fit?
free reign.
Yes, free. Do you understand what free reign
Well,
is?
I'm kind of taken aback by free reign. Maybe it's just how
No,
that is
free
crafted.
reign means
How that's crafted, right?
yeah,
So
on an open field with grass. No, it's free range. I'm sorry. Free reign would be he gets to
so
beat your kids in a in a farm.
so I
But
would
no,
say so yes, my husband will have the ability to discipline my children, and
free reign.
it will be in the manner in which we have discussed how we're going to start. No, because listen, and this is what people have to no, wait, see, listen, sir. This is what people have to kind of agree upon beforehand. You wait, it's not a yes or it's a yes or a no. A free reign. I can't say, I cannot. It just depends. I need to know this person. Well, if he's my husband.
Well, he's a husband. So okay,
yes,
if he's already the husband.
I am very soft. So yes, he will be the disciplinary. I am very much, oh, don't do it. I love you so much. I promise you, I can't do it. Okay. Yes, he can. Yes.
You have 2 boys, 2 girls.
I have a girl and a boy.
Okay. I don't need to know your son's age, but are there things that you want another man to be like, as far as discipline, like things like that? What are 3 things that you would want a future husband to be imparting onto your son? And if that's discipline, then that's kind of one of the things that I think a lot of women need to kind of let go of, because
I know. Yes. That's why I said yes. For the short answer to wrap it up, I said yes because
But you don't mean it. You say yes
because okay. I sincerely mean it, because I know myself. When it comes to my son, he has me wrapped around his finger, and he's like, well, because he expresses himself very rationally, then he does something completely opposite, and he's like, well, Mom, I don't want to disappoint you. And I'm just like, okay, it's okay. Even though he just really dived off this sofa and knocked over so it's like, okay, no, I can't handle that. I can't.
Okay. Would this be okay? Let's say, because I don't beat my kids at all. I discipline them by working out. Okay. And I think it's very important, especially in our community, because I don't think that we ever think outside the box on how to discipline children. Like, it's just like, beat them. Like, it's just like the easiest thing to do. Like, my kids do wall sits and everything. So let's say if your son did something wrong and your husband's like, look, we're going to go out in this field and you're going to run until you throw up. Would that be too far for you?
Until he vomits? I think that's a bit excessive.
Is that more excessive than him beating?
I'm more of a timeout person, but but okay, hold on, wait. Do you have to run him until he vomits? What about until, I don't want him to pass out or anything.
Have you ever played sports? Like, it's pretty easy to get there. It ain't. I mean, you ain't got to do a whole lot. Like, it ain't torture.
I mean,
you played sports, right? Like, a vomiting can happen. You can almost make it happen once you're tired as hell.
Oh my gosh, I
think that's more effective than beating your kid with a belt, or even the timeout. And my thing is, like, because I work out with my kids, so it's like that way I'm also being punished too. So it's like that way, like my daughter feels really like, she doesn't get mad when like when she does something wrong, she's like, whatever. But when I do the punishment with her and I fake cry, I'm like, this is so hard, and then she feels bad, because then she knows, she knows I don't want to do it. So I find that that's actually a effective way of kind of being outside the box with discipline. But running a kid until they throw up because they did something insanely wrong is not that bad of a discipline at all. It really isn't. And it's healthy for them anyway. Like, it's do you know what I mean?
I don't, but I'm taking it all in. I don't.
Let's say your kid lied about something major, like a really big, mess up. And most in our community would be like, oh, he did something so bad, gotta beat it out of him. And instead, you're like, no, I can't believe you did this. I can't believe you did that to that old lady, and I can't believe you whatever it is. I'm watch you run these laps and just keep going until I say that you're done. I don't think that's traumatic. I don't think that's a horrible discipline compared to beating your kids, and then as your kid becomes a man, he might have trigger issues with women. And I think this is happening with a lot of Black men, is like when women start to get emotional and get mad, we see our mothers who are beating us, and we don't know how to respond effectively to that. We don't know how to have a conversation with that kind of energy, because that type of energy, when our women are upset, we don't know how to respond to it. We just shut down.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Well, he's very young, so we haven't gotten to that point yet. So that's
okay. It's coming. Don't worry.
Oh goodness. So
my son's 3, so everyone's giving me I got a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, so everyone's telling me what I have to look forward to. So
okay, yeah.
All right, we're almost at the hour, so let's go ahead and wrap it up. Tell your viewers about your channel and what they can expect.
Okay, so yes, I am currently hosting a platform for my dating experiences so people can know that they're not alone. Even though you deal with some crazy situations, it's still light at the end of the tunnel. Keep going. It get better. Trust me. And
Might
then
be herpes at the end of that tunnel too.
well, no, be safe, right? I want you to date and be safe, be smart, make smart and wise decisions. But also, I throw in a financial component to it as well. So I know a lot of people are out here dating, but they don't think about it from a financial perspective from themselves, as well as the individual who they are, currently seeing. So I talk about that.
Awesome. I look forward to it. I'm actually going to be on a show Friday about dating after breakups and dating after heartbreak with these two ladies from the UK. So after we finish, I'll send it to you, and then maybe if you like, you can join.
Oh, that'd be great. I will definitely do that. Thank you.
Not a problem. All right. Go ahead and come on back in, King. And I enjoy having this conversation with you, Kyndra. This was dope. There's one thing I wanted you to do. As far as here, while we're here, can you shake your shoulders back and just?
I am not. This is not.
That's the only piece. You are very polished and very in control, and I would hire you in a minute to do whatever I needed to do as far as in a business. You just got to get one level lower of just. And I think you're there, and I think you not drinking is not a problem. But I get it now, and it's a great thing. You're an amazing woman. I think it's maybe something about men. We just want to see amazing, polished women a little bit more undone, if that makes sense.
I've heard that, but thank you.
Not a problem. King, you're muted. And this is your channel.
Hey, I appreciate What the Funk Is This. Hailing in all the way from across the pond. Is it okay to share where you're at right now?
So motherfuckers ain't coming here. They ain't got passports. So I'll tell it. People be getting mad at me. Like, I'll pull up. Like, you can't pull up, sir. I'm in Germany. Like, oh, never mind. Like, yeah, okay.
Jay did me a solid by having this conversation with Kyndra. Hailing all the way from Germany. It's like what, 4 in the morning over there right now?
It's 3:20.
3:20 a.m. in the morning. And when I asked him to do this, he said, yo, man, say less. And that was it. So, Jay, I appreciate you doing this. My man, you are welcome, as always, on TDG anytime, brother.
No problem. Let me know when you finish. Like, I see you got the green screen. I'm almost positive she got a green screen too, but whatever. I'll ask you later on.
Hey, Kyndra, take something and throw it on the chair to prove that it's not a green screen. Just throw it back there.
Hey, that was almost a perfect throw. That shit almost landed right on the couch. I was like, hold up. All right. Mary, she's a wifey. She threw a pillow over her shoulder and landed right on the couch. That's the sign. That's all I needed. Take no prenup. And put that on a t-shirt for your seriously. When people say, what do you bring to the table? Passion and a prenup. Like, that is the perfect answer.
Okay,
it really is.
Got it.
Passion and a prenup.
That's all men want. Passion and a prenup. What do you bring to the table? Ooh, I'm gonna give you a lot of passion and a prenup.
So wait, what about peace? Okay, I know we got to close out, but
peace, passion, and a prenup.
I don't want any. Okay, great. Okay, so we got
peace, passion, and a prenup.
Okay.
So
men don't want nothing more.
Okay.
Kyndra said 2 P's. Jay said 3.
Okay.
Passion, peace, and a prenup.
Okay, cool.
Well, actually, no, she said peace and a prenup, and I stole the idea from her, and I got it messed up. I've added passion. I watched her video earlier.
Got you. All right, cool.
Okay, cool.
All right. But no, seriously, play with that because that's something that could easily, I think, bring some like that, like peace and a prenup. Like that's something that's so simple and marketable, you know? And like when you say like women are so afraid of that question, it's the perfect answer. And I think that you should really kind of use that thought process that you had and kind of dive into it.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
No
All
problem.
right.
All right.
All right, Jay. Peace out.
Bye.
That was my man Jay. What the funk is this? Hailing all the way from Germany. Kyndra said the 2 P's, peace and a prenup, is what a lady should bring to the table. God Happened to Me came out and said 3 S's is what a lady should bring to the table, and that a man will get submission from a lady if a lady brings the 3 S's to the table. If you want to know what that is, go follow God Happened to Me, who I am displaying up here on the screen. And Sean's got the 4 S's: sex, silence, shut up, and I always forget what that 4th one is. 4 S's: sex, sandwich, silence, and man, I forget what the 4th one is. Sean, if you are on, brother, let us know what the 4 S's are. That 4th one always escapes me. All right, but hey, Kyndra, you did good. I know that you were a little bit nervous about the live stream. I'm here to tell you that 500 people total watching in the live stream. It popped up somewhere, whoever shared it, and it got picked up. I want to thank you. If you're watching, be sure to hit that like button. All right, that helps out on the algorithm. Go follow Kyndra's channel. It is pinned in the YouTube comments. It is tagged on YouTube and Facebook. It is youtube.com/@YLeanLivingKyndra, KYNDRA. And Sean's 4 S's, it is sleep, sex, silence, and sandwich. Give a man the 4 S's, he'll give you the world. Kyndra, thanks for joining. She has her content on Mondays and Fridays. I think she might be doing a little bit of the live stream world here soon. We'll coach her up, have you on your way here on these YouTube streets. But I appreciate you for joining TDG Live, and thank you. Do you have any closing words?
No, thank you so much for inviting me to the show. I look forward to doing a mini collaborations with you guys and others who are on the same wavelength. So thank you.
All right. Well, hey, I know it's past your bedtime, so I appreciate you staying up, and have a good night.
Bye.
All right.